back, folks, to Let's Play Star Trek Judgement Rites. And when last we left off, after exploring some more of the ship and finding the computer, we've discovered a few things. First, the computer seems to be trying to mother absolutely everybody, including Kirk and the crew that he's come from the Enterprise with. Secondly, this room appears to be highly damaged, and there is a collapsed woman in the corner that we're probably going to be talking to soon. Also, we've discovered that, there are a few people on board the ship who seem to be relatively okay, but for the most part, this place is even worse than we first thought. Also, we've been encountering Captain Klar and his aide, who are basically examining the place much like we are. Let's have a look and talk to everybody among the various crew and everything in here.
Captain Kirk is angered by the destruction evident in this room, and determined to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, we will. Also, this room's pretty quiet in terms of the ambient noise, which I appreciate.
The science officer seems quite fascinated with the column of lights in the middle of the room.
Not surprising, considering that's an AI. He doesn't quite know how it's an AI, if it's like a hive mind or multiple voices by multiple computers. It sort of looks that way with the number of wires.
Dr. McCoy feels sharp concern for the well-being of the collapsed woman.
Not surprised.
Lieutenant Uhura seems particularly dismayed by the damage done to the device built into the wall.
Ah, you mean this computer here?
The guts of this machinery have been torn from the wall, leaving broken plastic and bent metal dangling. It doesn't look like it will ever work again.
That's probably worrying.
Someone seems to have been quite indiscriminate about damaging everything they could reach in here.
Indeed.
That woman appears to need medical attention.
She does.
I find the room fascinating, Captain. Worthy of close examination in every regard. I would suggest that Dr. McCoy examine the woman lying on the floor.
Indeed.
This computer is psychologically unstable. I wonder if illogic.
Maybe.
Captain, this computer shows no attention to logical principles. Therefore, I must conclude that demonstrations of illogic would have little impact upon it.
Yep. Let's use the medical tricorder on the woman here. Let's look at her first, actually.
A female of middle age is seated against one wall. Her arms lie limply by her sides, and her legs are outstretched, giving her the aspect of a discarded rag doll. She is completely motionless as she stares into middle distance, focused on nothing.
That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's scan.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind. Completely withdrawn from external stimuli. If I were to put her arm up in the air, it would stay there until I moved it back down.
Oh. That is not good.
Psychological damage or something physical?
No idea.
I can't be sure even with rather extensive tests, but from the tricorder readings I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times they would have said she was skittish or prone to a nervous breakdown or weak-minded. There are a myriad of childhood developmental blind alleys that might restrict her adult pattern creation representation capability.
Did you just completely fluff the line and then laugh, DeForest Kelly? I think you did, and I think they kept that in. That is amazing.
Bone, stop. You're starting to sound like Spock.
He is, apart from the laughter.
You do not have to be insulting, Captain.
Oh, Spock. Let's see if we can do anything with Spock here. After all, he can mind meld.
Are you suggesting I attempt a Vulcan mind meld, Captain?
Maybe the only way to find out what's going on.
It does seem an appropriate effort in this circumstance.
It does.
It will take me a moment to prepare myself. Doctor, please monitor her life signs. The procedure does entail some risk.
Yeah, we don't want her to die.
Not only to her, but to you too. Am I right?
Indeed.
I assure you, Doctor, I will retain sufficient distance to avoid being dragged into something from which I cannot withdraw.
He's very good at mind melding.
Go ahead now, Spock.
Let's go. Let's see what we can learn.
I am Puzzlewit. I am the one
reads it all?
I do not understand. I try. I read it all. So many ideas. Always jumbled, though. Cannot make sense of it. Puzzlewit wants to know. Hope to discover why why I cannot.
Go on.
I try to remember it all. Then Tuscan comes in. He destroys me. My hopes. All broken. All shattered. Ow. I'm broken in countless pieces.
This is not good.
Doctor?
No physical injuries, Captain. Not to him or to her.
That's a relief.
Tuscan's scared of me. Scared. For no reason. He thinks I know. I know, but I don't know. I don't understand. Nothing connects to anything else. I want to know it all. Hope then I'll understand. He thinks I'll hurt him. I don't hurt anybody. I just want to know more. Now, I only know what I know. Never know what Puzzlewit doesn't know anymore.
Oh dear.
What's going on here, Kirk?
It's a mind meld, Clar.
We are trying to help this woman, Captain Clark. Be quiet, or you'll put her and my science officer both at considerable risk.
Please.
He's trying to make a mental slave of the alien, Captain. She could tell him the secrets of this ship, of its transit through the Klingon Empire. Stop him!
That's not what's happening.
We'll listen in a moment. I wouldn't have a representative of the Federation damage while rendering assistance.
Thank you, Clar.
Puzzlewit remembers. Everything she reads. Subject. Screen laminates. Reflective. Subject to autotrophic bonding with molybdenized nitrous oxides in the presence of cyanodephosphortrihydrous gases. Subject. Wiring systems. Auxiliary to cryptolog.
Wow, she has quite a memory.
Does Puzzlewit remember this ship passing through Klingon space, perhaps?
No idea.
All the paralenses were copied prior to liftoff. No new encryption was permitted. We could only read, not write to them.
Oh.
That's stellar ejector, Captain. Why would a computer terminal permit read-only interface, I ask you?
That is a good question.
The builders didn't trust us. Didn't think we would be capable. We were damaged. Now, the reader is damaged. It's broken like Puzzlewit. Like us all. Like Tuscan. The paralens can't be replaced. The reader can't be fixed. Puzzlewit can't be fixed. Nothing to read now. Nothing new to learn, to remember. Stupid. Like Tuscan now.
That is sad. That is very sad.
This whole thing is stupid, if you ask me.
Be quiet. Nobody asked you. You're being rude.
Anything but stupid, in fact. Captain Kirk, the library this woman read has been recorded entirely in her mind, although she lacks the ability to understand it or even to recall it in an orderly manner. She believed if she could fill up her mind, acquire enough knowledge, understanding would come. Now her personality is withdrawing, refusing to accept the loss of everything she has not yet been able to read. She pinned all her hopes on this, and without it, she may lose the will to live.
Maybe we could fix it.
Do you know everything she knows now?
I don't know.
No, Captain Clark, I do not. This race has very unusual mind patterns, and I am fortunate she was in as passive a state as she is mentally. It is very likely I would have been hurt were she less withdrawn to begin with.
Oh, well, that's probably going to satisfy the aide.
Moreover, the knowledge she does possess is a very peculiar admixture, reflecting this society's uneven level of advancement. Archaisms and startling breakthroughs coexist.
Oh,
So there is much to be learned from this woman, and from this ship.
it would seem so.
Knowledge the Federation would gladly share with friends, Captain Clark.
Indeed.
Let nothing happen to this alien woman, Captain. If she should die, I would take it as an indication that you would sooner let her perish than share her special knowledge with the Klingon Empire.
We will do our best to make sure she lives.
Captain Clark, if I took her aboard the Enterprise, I might be able to help her.
I highly doubt you're going to let him do that.
I would have expected such treachery from the likes of you. You'll start an interstellar incident like this.
Oh, be quiet. You are just looking for a fight, aide.
I thought some of the folks on board this ship were paranoids.
Yeah, we're just trying to help.
Gentlemen. Captain Clark, we don't want this woman to die any more than you do. Not because we want to milk her brain dry, but because she's an important being in her own right. Just as important to the universe as, well, as your companion here. Maybe more so.
Indeed, Kirk. He just wants to punch someone.
Dr. McCoy will do what he can. That's all that can be expected.
Indeed.
That's all I would expect. Goodbye for now, Captain. Expect to see us again.
Klar is a reasonable Klingon. His aide, I think, just wants a fight. There's not really much we can do. I mean, I'm not going to try using the medical facilities on Puzzlewit because that's probably not going to work. We definitely want to save, though. That was a long dialogue. That was very long indeed. Very, very long. We should look around some more.
The guts of this machinery have been torn from the wall, leaving broken plastic and bent metal dangling. It doesn't look like it will ever work again.
Since it's been so long since I actually had a look at this, let's actually look at it before we scan it.
This machinery appears to have been a read-only computer terminal. The configuration and construction is unique, to say the least, from what I can make out. It is utterly destroyed, beyond any hope of repair.
Oh dear. What about the actual computer? We could scan that.
An extremely complex mechanical construct, Captain. Readings indicate this is a functional AI, an artificial intelligence of considerable sophistication. It may not be in perfect condition, however. Certain power shunts may be repair solutions to malfunctioning subsets.
Oh dear.
It sounds like you're saying there's scar tissue, where the machine healed old damage.
That's a good way of saying it.
Precisely, Doctor.
Indeed. What else is there? There's not a lot else, really. There's really not a lot else. Let's talk to FaZe. Oh, we can't actually talk to FaZe. Oh, well, fair enough. We should actually probably go back to the hydroponics area. We do have something that we could use here. We have this keg that we can examine. Yeah, it's definitely some sort of background sound. Also, for some reason, we can't go that way right now. Why can't we go that way? Game does not want us to go that way. There we go. Game now wants us to go that way. That was very odd. Okay. Clara's not here.
A large countertop well suited as a workbench with what appears to be mechanized assists and a hookup close at hand. A small data terminal seems to be part of the design.
Oh, while we're here actually, is there anything particular about any of these devices that we have here? I mean, we have these as well. I mean, what are these? It's a good question.
A long twist of insulated wires.
Fair enough. Hello again.
A round metal keg with a feeder hose attached on top.
These are parts of the keg.
Multicolored blocks, suitable for a child to play with.
Fair enough. What are they actually made out of, though?
The blocks are an unusual organic substance high in compounds of phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium. In this form, the chemicals are inert and make a practical non-toxic toy.
Oh, fair enough. Those are some quite interesting ingredients that it's made out of, though. Alright, why don't we see if we can use this on the bench?
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused.
Ah. Disinfected. Now, I may not know much about how to disinfect containers of nutrients, but I'm pretty sure that we could, for instance, use, say, those blocks. Or we could just use the kill phaser. That could actually work. The kill phaser could pretty much sterilize it.
The container heats up rapidly and foul-smelling smoke pours out of the small opening on the top.
Fair enough.
This container must be refilled with nutrient broth before it is replaced for use.
Something's going wrong here.
Two feeder hoses roll out on wired mechanisms and insert into the container. From one flows a clear liquid nearly filling the container. The other hose just makes burping noises.
That one is empty. That one is very empty. Let's scan and see what we're missing.
It is filled with a dense but nutrient-poor liquid medium. This is a typical means of root support and nutrient delivery for hydroponically grown plants.
Well, we could help this. The blocks actually sound like they have a lot of good things that a fertilizer would need in them.
The blocks fit through the opening, splashing as they plunge into the liquid.
Well, unfortunately, they're not going to be much use like that. We could use the phaser, though.
The container heats up slowly and the sound of bubbling echoes from inside. You stop and the container quickly cools.
Aha!
I think that did it, Captain.
Indeed. Thanks, Uhura. Let's take this again and put it back.
You take the metal keg.
We might as well fix what was broken.
You settle the container back into the niche it was removed from. The feeder hose, looking shiny and clean, rides out on some mechanism and reattaches to the newly filled container.
Hopefully, it'll start working again.
You hear gurgling and see the nutrient broth begin swirling through the liquid medium. The dying plants seem to perk up before your very eyes.
That is excellent. I think we have done something good there, folks. And when we come back, folks, we will see what else good we can do here. Maybe we can in fact save Puzzlewit. I highly hope that we can save Puzzlewit, because that would be a good thing to do indeed. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. And also, if we get an opportunity to punch him for basically trying to cause a fight, that would be fantastic. I doubt the game's going to be that generous, though. Later.